guys, welcome back to episode 12 of Zesty Thoughts with your host Anabla. I hope everyone has had a wonderful week. I'm just chilling here in my room and my little baby girl, Chelsea Belsey, is hanging out on the rug here with me. I will post pictures you guys can see. She's so cuddly and so cute. She just like blends in with my rug because she's like the same colors as it. It's the cutest thing in the world. Anyway, I hope everyone's been doing well. I've had a pretty chill week. I have some updates from my last episode, episode 11. One is a little follow-up for my rant about my, dislike for celery juice and my, indifference towards celery in general. There's actually one exception to that segment. In college, my friend Cammie and I, and some of my other friends from college, we used to go to, we'd go to concerts and stuff on the weekends, and we'd be in Hollywood and LA and downtown area and stuff, and be out super late, and we'd go out and stuff, and then after late night, we'd be looking for a bite to eat or somewhere to go to get food in the wee small hours of the morning, and most places are closed super late except for a handful of places. Mel's is open pretty late. What's that other cafe? Swingers is open pretty late. And Cantor's is open pretty late. So those are usually the top 3 choices when it comes to going and grabbing a bite to eat that's not fast food after a night out. And anybody who has not been to Cantor's, I highly recommend. I mean, as of vegan, there's not many options for me, but if you're not vegan, there's plenty of options for you, and the food's amazing. Desserts are also apparently amazing, so I've heard. But Cammie and I specifically would go out of our way, and Christy too, go out of our way to go to Cantor's for one specific item. They have a celery seed soda. I forget the name of it. I think it's called cel-rey soda or something like that. I'm gonna look it up right now and post a photo because it's it seems like the most off-putting idea. Cel-rey soda. But it's amazing. Yeah, it's Dr. Brown's cel-rey soda. Oh my gosh, you can get it on Amazon in a can. I did not know that. And they have a bunch of other sodas, this brand, but specifically the cel-rey soda is amazing. And it's weird because it's marketed as a celery flavored soda, but it doesn't taste like celery at all. To me, it's more akin to a ginger ale, but it doesn't have that spice like ginger ale. So I would almost call it a non-spicy ginger ale, even though there's no ginger in it. But either way, it sounds like the most off-putting flavor of soda and such an obscure flavor, but it's so good. And that is my one exception to the celery rule that I have, or my disdain towards celery, is the celery soda. I will go out of my way to go to Cantor's just to get that. But now that I know that they sell it on Amazon, I'll just order on Amazon because I didn't know that was even a thing. That reminds me of when I was in high school, Rocky, my best friend Rocky and I, one time we went to this I don't know if it was all soda shop or if it was a candy store, an old school candy store that had obscure sodas. But I want to say it was just a store that was all weird soda flavors, and we got these crazy soda flavors. I think one of them was a bacon soda flavor. I don't even remember what the other one was, but they were nasty. They were so crazy. But it reminded me of that because I was oh my gosh, the cel-rey soda. And I thought of it after last week's episode. I was wait, I actually do one celery product, but it doesn't really taste like celery. So I guess it still stands that I'm not really a huge fan of the flavor of celery, considering it's a celery soda that doesn't really actually taste like it. But anyway, one other thing I did this week, since I got my new bike, I've been trying to find excuses to bike places, and I decided to ride my bike to the gym, which isn't too far. It's about 2 miles from where I live, but I decided to bike to the gym on glute day, which in hindsight was a total mistake. Like, I don't know why I didn't foresee that being horrible and painful. But yeah, I rode my bike to the gym, locked it up, went inside, did about 45 minutes of glutes, and then I biked back. And luckily, there wasn't like a horrible hill on the way back home. There was one like pretty decent hill on the way, but on the way back, my ass was hurting and I was so sore. And I had to sit on a bike for 2 miles. Luckily, it was, quick. It's like 10-15 minute ride. But yeah, I will never do that again. I'll make sure that if I ever ride my bike to the gym, it is not on glute day. Like preferably upper body day or ab day or something, because if I'm doing legs or glutes, I'm probably not going to want to then have to ride my bike back home in pain. That was just like torturous. I don't know why I did that to myself. Something funny that happened this weekend, I needed a new pair of like basic kind of black heels really bad. I like don't have any. I have like these cute platform like Mary Jane style kind of heels. And then I have like a pair of like light cream colored heels, but I just like didn't have any black heels. Like the ones I had like broke or something. So I hadn't had them for a while. And so I was like, it's time. I need to get some new black heels. So I went to Nordstrom and I was trying on some shoes and stuff. And there was this woman sitting across from me on one of like the couches, and she was trying on black heels also. So it was like kind of ironic. And I had like decided what I wanted, and the salesperson there said that they could put them aside for me at the checkout. And right as I was getting up to walk away to go check out and leave, the woman that was sitting there was like, "Hey, sweetie, could you help me pick out a pair of shoes? Because I have a date tonight, and I want to make sure that, I pick the best shoes and, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'll help you pick a pair." So she was like, "Yeah, these are the three I'm deciding, these are the three I'm like choosing from. And I like prefer a higher heel, but I know that these ones are kind of like more trendy now. And the pair that I got are like that really pointy toe, the kitten heel with a pointy toe." And she was like, "Yeah, like the ones you got, I know that like pointy toe is really popular right now. So she's like, I could get something like that because it's like kind of cute and modern and trending." And this lady was like probably in her 30s. Like there's no way she's older than 40. Like no way in hell. And but she was like, "Yeah, like I'm a nurse and I'm going on a date with this like doctor tonight. And I'm just really nervous. Like, I really want to impress him. I think that, like, our lifestyles could, like, match, She's like, "I'm looking for my husband." And I was like, "Okay, girl, I got you. And she was like, "Yeah, also another thing is that he's 5'8", but she is 5'1". She's like, "I'm, like, 5'1", so, like, doesn't matter. But, like, I like to wear heels a lot. And I prefer to wear higher heels because I just like the way they make my legs look. And I feel taller. I don't feel so short." And I was like, "Oh, well, girl, I'm 5'7". Like, I can just stand next to you and, like, stand a little bit taller on my toes. That way you can gauge how tall you will feel in the different, pairs of heels next to someone that's 5'8". She was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so smart." So I helped her like, size out some of those based on height and stuff. And she ended up picking a really cute pair of maybe like 2 or 3 inch heels, but they had like the pointed toe, and then they had like an extra strap over like the top of the foot. And they were really cute. But it was just, like, the cutest thing ever. I was like, "Yeah, girl, like, have fun on your date. Good luck." Like, it was the cutest thing ever. So that was, like, a fun shopping experience. Because usually when I go shopping, it's just kind of like, I just want to, like, get something and get out. And, like, I don't know. Or either that or, like, it's, like, I try on a million things. Or, like, I pick out a million things, and then I, like, can't decide what I want. Or I don't know. Like, recently when I've gone shopping, it's just, like, if I go thrifting or something, it's like I just don't find anything that I like even. So 9 times out of 10, what I think is going to be shopping is like window shopping. But yeah, so that was like a fun little event. I got to help her pick out her shoes for a date. So I hope that girl, shout out to that girl. I hope that her date went well. And I hope that her and the doctor have happily ever after. Okay, next segment of the episode, we're going to be talking about a few things that I'm thirsting for this week. I am full-blown deep and into the thick of my iced coffee era. And I'm realizing now that I think just like in general, I'm an iced coffee person. That's kind of also my hot take of the week, but we'll get to that after. I have been getting beans, and I have a grinder at home because I also have an espresso machine. So I've been getting beans and grinding them myself for like the little reusable K cups. And the first bag that I got was Groundworks coffee because when I was in college, I worked at a coffee shop on campus where I studied, and I worked there for about 3 or 4 years. I was like a supervisor and stuff, and they served Groundworks coffee. And so after I was promoted from just like a regular barista to the supervisor, they had a group of us that got promoted go to the Groundworks like roastery and factory in NoHo. And we got to do like a training session with the people at Groundworks. They talked to us about like latte art and grinding and ratios and like yields and stuff like that. And then they gave us a full tour and like, you know, description of like all their roasting machines. And they had like a pretty big warehouse there. So they had like these massive like industrial, like I've seen like small roasting machines in local coffee shops where like they roast their own beans and it's just like one machine there. But these were like, I don't even know how tall those ceilings were. Probably like 20, 30, maybe even more. I have no gauge for like how tall ceilings are. Maybe in here, what, like normal 6-7 foot ceilings, 8 foot ceilings. So probably like 20 or 30 feet ceilings in that building. And these machines were like almost up to I was so shocked. They were like almost up to the ceiling. But it was really cool. They gave us a tour. They talked about where they sourced their beans from. A little bit about the roasting process. Not that I like remember anything now, but that was super cool. So when I was like, I'm gonna just start like making my own like little iced coffees at home with these pods, and that was my first instinct because on Main Street in Santa Monica, Groundworks has like a location. It's a really small, tight, thin, like hole in the wall location. And it's like the times I've been there, only like one person's working. You know, it's really tiny. But I've always loved their coffee ever since I served it in college. And so I was like, wait, while I'm here, I was there getting like an iced tea or something. And I was like, wait, while I'm here, I might as well just grab some beans. So yeah, I'm like in my coffee era and my iced coffee era specifically, but like grinding my own and making my own iced coffees at home. So if anybody has recommendations for specific coffee brands or, you know, any recs of coffees that you're like obsessed with, let me know and maybe I'll pick it up next time. My next step was just gonna be get some stuff from Blue Bottle because I love Blue Bottle like so much. But I'm open to trying anything and everything. So let me know if you all have any recommendations. Okay, my next thirst of the week. I mean, this has been a thirst of mine for a while actually. Okay, so my next thirst of the week is this portable wireless charger. I got it on Amazon. It literally is like under $30. It is amazing because it's wireless. So like my phone with the case, like I have to take the case off because I don't have a MagSafe case. But if you take your case off or if you have a MagSafe case, like boom, just sticks right to it and that does not fall. Like it sticks. Then it has two little inputs there. It has USB-C and a USB. So if you don't want to do something wireless, if you want to charge another device that's not wireless, you can. Thirdly, there's a button on the side for you to see how much is left on the charger. So mine says 54 like percent, you know, right now, which is amazing. So you can actually see realistically how much maybe you'll get out of this, or so you can know when it's gonna die. And the last thing that I love about it is that there's a little kickstand in the back. Wait, let me push it up. Yeah, there's a little like magnetic kickstand in the back. So sometimes I stick my phone on this facing, you know, portrait. And then with the MagSafe, I can also flip it and face it landscape mode while it's like this. So I can just use it to like watch like videos or whatever, watch YouTube videos or Netflix or something. So I'm literally obsessed with this thing. I'm going to put the link in this bio in the description because it's like literally the best thing ever. It says magnetic power bank and there's no like name. Is there a name brand on it? Oh, I don't know. I'll just put the link in the description because I don't see like a brand name. It's just like a description. Oh yeah. magnetic wireless power bank. That's all it says. So I'll put the link. It's like $30. They have different color options. My mom just got one also. And it's literally my obsession. Like I can't live without this thing. And sometimes like I won't even plug my phone in. Like, well, I have a wireless charger. I won't even like set my phone on the charger sometimes at night. If I like want to be on it, I'll just like stick my phone to this. That way I can like be on my phone and it charge, because I don't have a cable charger here by my bed. So I use it all around the house if I want to be able to like walk around with my phone and do things, or walk around while I'm like running errands or whatever, and charge it out and on the go. And it's small. It's like this. It's smaller than my phone. Hold up. It's, oh my gosh, let me hold it up. It's smaller than my phone. It's like a little bit thicker, but it's shorter, so it's nice. Like I could put it on it and then stick it in my pocket and it will like still fit. So that is another one of my obsessions. Third, thirst for the week and obsession for the week is my Venture X credit card. I have been looking for a while now for like a travel credit card that would give me good benefits for like hotels and like flights and stuff like that. And I got the Venture X in June, and they have a really good sign-on bonus right now. It's like 75,000 miles. I think it's still the same. But I'm literally obsessed with it. Like there's an annual fee, so that's like something to preface. But I've like, it's like mid-end August, and I've already earned the sign-on bonus. It's 75,000 miles, which equates to, if you apply it to like a travel purchase, it equates to $750. And if you transfer it to like one of their transfer partners, you could get even like a higher value for like flights or like other things like that. But it's literally amazing, and it practically pays for itself if you're someone that travels frequently, and you can book flights and hotels and rental cars through their portal. It's amazing. The one thing I didn't realize that not a lot of people advertised when I was kind of researching cards online, or this card specifically, is that when you create a profile in the in your Capital One portal, you can put your frequent flyer miles for airlines in your profile. So if I were to book, like for example, I booked Turkish Airways, and so before I booked it, I created a Turkish account, put my frequent flyer mile number into my Capital One portal, and then I booked through the portal. So I still am able to get frequent flyer miles and points for my airline through the portal, which is amazing. So you can do that with like any airline, and on top of that, you can have free authorized users, and they can create a profile and they can put in their own frequent flyer miles in their own like airline account, which is insane. So I'm literally obsessed with it. I'm going to put my referral link in the bio, in the description, if anyone is looking for an airline credit card, and or just any credit card that like is going to earn you good points. And it's like two times points on every dollar miles. They call them miles, not points. And then 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and then 5x miles on flights. So the benefits are really good if you're someone that travels a lot and you're like paying for stuff out of pocket, and it's not like your work card or whatever. So yeah, amazing. I'll put the referral link in the bio if anyone is interested in getting the cards. Let me know. Okay. So now kind of circling back to like my iced coffee era that I'm in, or like, I guess I could say it's like a permanent iced coffee area. Like I'm just like an iced coffee person. My hot toddy take of the week is that I think that like iced coffee is appropriate all year round. I am of the belief that like iced coffee can be consumed in every type of weather. I am a type of person that runs hot. Like I get hot and sweaty like all the time. It doesn't help that I have like long hair, but like I just run hot consistently. I'm not like a girly that's like always cold and with my blankies. Like I sleep with like my feet uncovered from the covers. Like I get warm at night, and just like in general, and summer is not really my most favorite season. So in general, I'm always like looking into like iced and cold beverages. And yeah, even during winter time, when I'm bundled up and I'm wearing long sleeves and I'm wearing like clothes that are like really thick and like to keep me warm, I will still get like hot in those clothes. I mean, unless I'm outside and like chilling outside for like an extended period of time, then maybe I would get a warm beverage if I was like outdoors and cold. But if it's winter and I'm wearing like bundled up clothing and I I'm like indoors, like I'm still gonna get an iced coffee. I'm still gonna get an iced drink in general. I'm just an iced drink girly because I run hot like all the time. So I'm of the belief that you can have iced drinks and iced coffees all year round. But I think that green tea should be hot all year round. Now that's the thing where that's the area where I struggle because I know that green tea and like hot green tea or just hot liquids are so good for you, and especially as a singer, like they're so good for your voice. Um, and so it's like it's hard for me because I like want to have iced drinks all the time, but I'm like, oh no, like I should have it for my voice. Um, so I don't know. It's kind of like conflicting. That's like the one exception that I will have. I won't really have any type of like hot coffee or hot liquids if like an iced coffee is an option where I am. Like, why would I do that? But if I'm gonna have like green tea or like something for my throat, I feel like it just tastes better when it's warm. There's just something about like a hot green tea. Iced green tea is good too. I have been to some places where it's like strong iced green tea, and then that is like amazing and delicious, and I will like enjoy that. But if it's like weak and it's kind of like watered down iced green tea, I just like can't fuck with that like at all. There's this like Japanese place that I've been to before. I want to say it's the place Kabuki in Huntington Beach at Bellaterra. I think that's the place that I'm thinking of, and they have really, really, really strong, like dirt tasting. I love the taste of like really strong green tea. And they have an iced green tea that they serve in house that is strong. It's not watered down at all. And it's so good. And same, there's another like there's like a brand of like a bottled slash like canned green tea that you can buy in like 7-Eleven and like stores like that. Um, I don't know how to pronounce it though. Oi Ocha, I think is the name of it. Yeah, I'll put a picture here. That is like another obsession of mine. That is like a pretty strong green tea that I can have like cold because it actually tastes like green tea. You know what I mean? But like you go somewhere like, like a coffee shop, just like a run of the mill coffee shop, and you get an iced green tea, like 9 times out of 10 it's like not strong enough. It's like watered down. So that is my hot take on tea and coffee and like temperatures. I'm just like I run hot, girl. Like I'm a hot girl, and that's my hot toddy take. Okay, my last segment of this episode is me talking about an out-of-pocket student quote from yesterday. So I was teaching yesterday. It is Tuesday morning. What time is it right now? It is 11:36. I'm recording right now because I sub today. My bestie is in Australia touring, and she's having the time of her life, but so she's gone for the next 2 weeks. So I'm subbing for her at work this Tuesday and next Tuesday. So this episode and next episode I'll be recording like earlier in the morning. It's like a different shift in my schedule, but it's okay. I'm like up and I'm like ready for the day. You know, I got my shit done. But yesterday when I was at work teaching like my own students, I have this student, she's like 9 years old, I think. And she is the coolest, like sassiest, like, but like in a good way. Like she's well behaved and she actually like does listen. But she has the coolest mom ever. Her mom is so sarcastic and like down, you can just tell she's down to earth, and like sometimes like she'll crack jokes about, her own kids, but like not at their expense, just like, parents that are like, oh yeah, this pain, da, 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 but like in a funny way. I'm trying to think of like an example, but she is so funny and sarcastic and like very matter of fact and like sassy and cool with her kids. I can just tell. The vibes are so good, and we always like crack jokes and talk and stuff like before and after her lessons. But anyway, long story short, my student, her daughter, is also really cool. You can tell she has like the same sense of humor as her mom, and she's only 9, and she's like pretty smart and like witty already for a 9-year-old. But anyway, we are in the lesson, and it's a voice lesson, and it's so funny. Most of my voice students, I really struggle to get them to engage in and consistently be interested in doing vocal exercises and warm-ups and things like that. That's like the most important like foundational part of singing, especially at a young age, because you want to make sure that kids are like avoiding any like bad habits, and you want to have them starting their vocal journey in life on like a good note and on a good foot, and you want them to create good habits, and you want to make sure that they're not like hurting their voice and that they're listening to their body and they're getting in touch with the mind body aspect of singing, because that's you know, that like spiritual kind of like being connected to your body and listening to your body and all that, and learning about how the voice works. That's so important from a young age. And if you can instill that in a child really early on, like I was instilled, I think it's so helpful as they grow older to just be aware of things and to create good habits. Anyway, end of rant. So she is one of my only voice students. I think literally my only voice student that only wants to do warm-ups and exercises and vocalies. And I'm like, okay, well, like eventually maybe we should like work on some songs and maybe have you perform and then have something to work on within the context of an actual song, you know? So sometimes I do exercises with her that, you know, after we do just our like our general kind of warm-ups and like vocalies and like things that skills that we're working on technically, I'll have her walk through warm-ups that have lyrics or words in them so that it's like she's actually getting practice with vowel and consonant combinations and just like a whole host of things. But yeah, it's like weird that she's like one of my only students that's like, no, I don't like really want to sing songs. Like I just want to like work on. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, that's like shocking. You're like the exact opposite of literally all of my other students. But no, she's amazing. And so I also have her doing like sight singing. We're doing like solfege, and we do tongue twisters like just for fun, just because kids love tongue twisters. They eat it up. But yeah, so the other day yesterday she came into her lesson and she was super tired. I could tell, like kids just started school. They're all exhausted. They're like waking up early again and they're just like out of it. So she came in and I could tell she was a little tired, and I was like, oh, do you want to get water or drink water before we start? Do you want to like listen to a song first? Like, let's ease you into the lesson. She's like, no, that's okay. And she was like yawning a lot, and we start doing our first exercise and she starts coughing. And I was like, okay, let's like take a break, like take a sip of water or something, you know? And she's like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, okay, like just take your time. We'll go slow then. And I start again, and she starts coughing again. And I was like, okay, are you like good? Do you have a cough? Like, what's going on? Should you not be singing? Like, we can do piano. We can do something else today because like, what's up? And she's like, no, I'm fine. Let's just like keep going. I was like, okay, like maybe she has phlegm. She's trying to get out of the way. Whatever. It could be anything. And then, so I continue to proceed. And like we barely started the lesson. And I'm like, okay, let's like get started now, you know? And she starts coughing again. And I was like, okay, girl, what's up? Why do you keep coughing? And she's like, sorry, like, I'm just trying to stall. And I was like, what? You're just trying to stall, dude? Why did you just tell me? She's like, I'm just stalling, you know, I'm just trying to stall. And I was like, why are you laughing about that, dude? I was like, I can tell you're trying to stall now. Like, girl, you've been coughing every like 5 seconds. I'm like, why are you trying to stall? She's like, I don't know, I'm just like tired, like I'm not in the mood. And I was like, okay, well, like we can do something else. She's like, no, it's fine. Like, I'm still just gonna stall though. And I was like, dude, okay, we're not gonna talk anymore. You're done. We're singing, because now I see what you're doing. You're just not in the mood, but you don't want to do anything else. And I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to like bring forth any alternative, then we have no other option. We're not just going to sit here and do nothing. So I don't know. We eventually got into it, but yeah, not without her like trying to cough and stall the lesson like extensively. And I was like, well, we could just start with tongue twisters or start with something different if you want. She's like, no, it's okay. She's like, I'll stop. Fine, I'll stop. It's like, dude, chill. And normally she's like so well behaved. Like she doesn't ever do that. So I was like, you must be tired from school. Like you must be beat from your first week, because that's crazy. She just admitted it. She didn't even hide it either. I was like, okay, girl, okay. But like, don't do that. Like, where are you learning that from, girl? I don't know. It's funny. Anyway, that is the tail end of episode 12, y'all. I have a long day of subbing ahead, and then I'm going to work on editing this podcast. I'm working on finishing up some arranging. I'm doing some string arrangements and some bass arrangements for 2 of my songs. I'm going to finish that up this week. And then schedule out some sessions to do my demo vocals. So I'm so excited. Also, I posted on my main channel, my Anabla channel, I posted a performance with the director of the school that I work at. She's a brilliant piano player. I posted a performance of ours from the students. They had a destination recital at Bandriga Studios in the Valley, and I got to perform a song there, and I performed Home from Beauty and the Beast. I just love that song so much. So everybody please check out that video too. I'll put that, as a little title credit at the end of this video and in the description. So please go take a look at that and give it a like and comment if you enjoyed and share it. And share this episode if you have enjoyed. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please rate and leave a little review and download, add to your library. If you're listening on Spotify, please add to your library. I think you can review on Spotify. I don't use Spotify to listen to podcasts, so I actually don't know, but maybe I should check that out so that I'm aware, you know what I mean? So it's on my radar. And then if you're here on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. If you've been watching these episodes every week and you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for now. So throw it a like and comment if you have any suggestions for segments, or if you have a hot toddy take. Please comment your hot toddy take. I'd love to discuss other people's hot takes and then talk about my opinion regarding their hot takes. I'm open to any discussion. So please let me know if you have any suggestions for segments or anything like that. Or if you have something that you're thirsting for, you can also comment what you're thirsting for. And share this episode if you enjoyed. And thank you so much for listening. I hope that you all have an amazing week and have a fun weekend. Stay safe out there, y'all. And I will see you next week. Okay, bye.